Hello, my dear young aspirants. This is your Sindhuja Miss right in front of you here. So, without wasting any time, today we will be discussing Chapter 7 of NCRT. The Chapter 7 is about Ashoka, the emperor who gave up war. Nice, na? About Ashoka, today we are going to say. It's quite interesting. Why? Because yesterday we saw which all people's life history and all, like Siddhartha and Mahavira. Now, so today let's do a variety, like Ashoka we will go for. Now, Ashoka, when we first hear that word, that very word, we come to know about which thing? Mauryan Empire. Inside Maurya, the favorite character coming out is Ashoka, isn't it? So, it's all about Ashoka that we have to discuss in this particular chapter. Okay. See, Ashoka was one of the greatest rulers known to history. It's an undebatable fact, we all know that. Then, when we tell about Ashoka, it's necessary that we have to know something regarding his family, like who was his father. His father is the one who founded the great Mauryan Empire, that's none other than Chandragupta Maurya. Okay. Then, this Chandragupta Maurya was supported by a wise man known as Chanakya or Kautilya. Most of them might be knowing that. And one book Chanakya or Kautilya wrote, that is known as Ardhashastra. These are important facts from a prelims point of view. Then regarding dynasty, what is dynasty? We are telling Shunga dynasty, Shaka dynasty, like this, like the dynasties we are using. What does that word mean? Dynasty means when members of same family become rulers, one after another. Like for example, in this Mauryan case, Mauryan dynasty, we will tell Chandragupta Maurya, then Bindusara, then his son Ashoka. Isn't it? That means Ashoka is grandson to Chandragupta Maurya. So this one after the other, what is happening in a sequence, members of the same family became rulers. That is known as dynasty. Okay. Then Mauryans were a dynasty with three important rulers. Who all were they? Just now I told. That is Chandragupta Maurya, then comes Bindusara, and then Ashoka. Understood? Then next we will talk about cities of Ashokan Empire. Which are the cities of Ashokan Empire? Cities involve capital Pataliputra, then Taxila, Ujjain. These are the cities. Then places where inscriptions of Ashoka have been found. This is very very important from a mains point of view. So like where these Ashokan inscriptions are found, it's better you take a outline map and plot down these areas. That I am thinking of doing it in some other session. Okay. Right now we will just list out which are the places where inscriptions of Ashoka has been found. So listen carefully. The places are Lampaga, Kandahar, Manshera, Shabasgari, Girnar, Topra, Kalsi, Meerut, Bahapur in Delhi, then Lumbini, Gujara, then Sarnath, Kausambi, Rampurva, that about Bull and all you might have learned. Rampurva, then Doli, Jagoda, Yaragudi, Brahmagiri, Maski, Sannati, Panguraria, and Sopara. I know it's little bit tough to recollect all these things, but simple technique is there. Every day you just take this video and listen, so that the task become easy. You can just post that area now where the cities are coming. Accordingly, you can do your revisions also better, isn't it? Once again, I will tell Lampaga, Kandahar, Mansera, Shabasgarhi, Girnar, Topra, Kalsi, Meerut, Bahapur in Delhi, Lumbini, Gujara, Sarnath, Kausambi, Rampurva, Doli, Jogada, Yaragudi, Brahmagiri, Maski, Sannadi, Panguraria, and Sopara. Okay. So these are the places where Ashokan inscriptions are found. Then another one important fact is we know Chanakya wrote Ardhashastra, isn't it? The book named Ardhashastra. Inside that book, Northwest was important for blankets. South India was important for gold and precious stones. Okay. So Northwest was known for blankets and South India for gold and precious stones. Then comes a term known as your tribute. What is tribute? Tribute means a variety of things given by people more or less willingly. We can't tell it as tax. Tax means we have to go loot it from the people, right? This is not that. Tribute means willingly a variety of things people are more or less giving. That is known as tribute. It's a variety of things given more or less willingly from people. Okay. Then we will move on to Megasthenes. Megasthenes was an ambassador who was sent to the court of Chandragupta by the Greek ruler of West Asia named Seleucus Nicator. Okay, that you have to remember. Sometimes they will confuse. Megasthenes was an ambassador in the court of some other ruler. So this you have to remember. Then the most famous Maurya ruler undoubtedly is who? Ashoka only. Then Ashoka is the first ruler who tried to take his message to the people through inscriptions. Through inscriptions he used to write his messages. And most of his inscriptions are written in Prakrit and Brahmi script. That also you have to know. Then you might be knowing Ashoka fought a war to conquer Kalinga, isn't it? Now Kalinga is the ancient name of coastal Orissa, that you have to remember. And once he conquered Kalinga, what happened? He just gave up the conquest after winning a war. That is the only king in the history of the world who gave up conquest after winning a war is this Ashoka. Okay. Then Ashoka's speculate is regarding Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Dhamma is a Prakrit word for the Sanskrit term Dharma. So it's a Prakrit word. Now Ashoka's Dhamma. Two important points I will discuss with you. That is, in Ashoka's Dhamma, they are not involving any worship of a god or performance of a sacrifice, and they are inspired by the teachings of the Buddha. These two things are there in Ashoka's Dhamma. Then Dhamma Mahamata. Dhamma Mahamata means officials of Ashoka. These people went from place to place to teach people about this Dhamma. Okay. Then his messages are inscribed in rocks and pillars. Already I mentioned that. Then Ashoka spent messengers to spread these ideas about Dhamma. When he sits there in that place, will it happen? So he has to send what? Messengers here and there, just like that. So to spread this idea of Dhamma to other lands such as Syria, Egypt, Greece and Sri Lanka. So in these areas, he sent the messengers. Then one important thing about Rampurva bull I told. Now it's a part of a Mauryan pillar found in Rampurva, Bihar. Okay, now this bull is placed in our Rashtrapati Bhavan. Then another important fact, most important Indian scripts have been developed from the Brahmi script. That you have to know. Most modern Indian scripts have been developed from the Brahmi script. Then some important dates like the beginning of the Mauryan Empire happened more than 2300 years ago. That you have to remember. Then that's the end of this particular chapter. Then apart from this, some other added points you have to know. That is, after Mauryan Empire came the rulers of Indo-Greeks in the northwest. Then after that, Central Asian people belonged to Shakas. Shaka dynasty came, but Shakas were defeated by whom? Guptas. That's an entirely different story. Then came Kushanas. Then another important thing is there. Like in the north, general of Maurya, Pushyamitra Sunga, set up another kingdom. Then after Shunga dynasty comes Kanva dynasty. Then after Shunga comes Kanva dynasty. Then Shagas used to have battles with Shatavahana, and after Shatavahana comes your Vakatakas. Okay. So these things you have to know. The rest of the dynasties in the upcoming chapters we will be learning. No need of worrying about all these things. Okay. So even though you can repeat and watch my recordings whenever you feel like, but hence we will go through a quick revision of what we did in this particular module, this session. That is, we mentioned about Ashoka in chapter 7. Ashoka was one of the greatest Mauryan ruler. Then when we think about Ashoka, first we have to think about his father, Chandragupta Maurya. He was the one who found this vast empire. Then what we have to tell? Then Chandragupta Maurya was supported by a wise man known as Chanakya. After that Chanakya, the next connecting link or point should be which one? Chanakya or Kautilya's book Arthashastra. Then we told about dynasty. Dynasty means when same family members become rulers one after the other in the successive generation, it is known as dynasty. For example, Mauryas were Mauryan was a dynasty with three important rulers: Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara and Ashoka. These were the order of succession. Then cities of Ashokan Empire, the capital Pataliputra, Taxila and Ujjain. Now itself we have to learn that. Then places where inscriptions have found, I agree, it's little difficult. By practice only you can recollect their names. Like some you can think now, like Lumbini, then Lampaka, Kandahar, Banshera, Shabasgiri, Girnar, Topra, Meerut, Kalsi, Behapur, Delhi, Gujara, then Sarnath, you can remember, Kusambi, Rampurva, Doli, Jagoda, Yeragudi, Brahmagiri, Maski, Sannadi, Panguraria and Sopara. So these inscription found areas you need to what? Plot it out in a map, then it becomes easier. Then in Ardhashastra, certain facts were discussed, like in Northwest was important for blankets, South India was important for gold and precious stones. Then we discussed about tribute. This is a variety of things given by people more or less willingly. Then we mentioned about Megasthenes. He was an ambassador who was sent to the court of Chandragupta Maurya by the Greek ruler of West Asia known as Seleucus Nicator. Then we told Ashoka was the first ruler who used to pass message through his inscriptions. Then most of his inscriptions were written in Prakrit and Brahmi script. Then Kalinga, he conquered Kalinga. After that, he gave up what? War and all. Then Kalinga's ancient name is the ancient name of coastal Orissa. Then Dhamma is a Sanskrit. Dhamma is a Prakrit word which got originated from Sanskrit word known as Dharma. Then Ashoka's Dhamma means it was inspired by the teachings of Buddha, and no worship of God or performance of sacrifice was done inside that Dhamma. Then to spread his Dhamma, he sent messengers to all of the places like Syria, Egypt, Greece and Sri Lanka. Then the officials of Ashoka appointed were known as Dhamma Mahamatha. They went to teach Buddha's principles, like not Buddha's principles, Buddha's teachings also there, Ashoka's Dhamma principles from place to place. Then Rampurva Bull we mentioned. It's a part of a Mauryan pillar found at Rampurva region in Bihar. And now this particular Rampurva Bull statue is placed in our Rashtrapati Bhavan. Then we told most modern Indian scripts are developed from Brahmi script. Then important date, beginning of the Mauryan Empire occurred more than 2300 years ago. Then after that we discussed certain successions, like after Mauryan Empire came Indo-Greeks in the northwest. Then Central Asia Shakas, they were defeated by Guptas. Shakas was followed by Kushanas. Then North General of Maurya, Pushyamitra Sunga, established another kingdom. Then Kanva dynasty came. Then I told you Shagas fought battle with Shadavahana. Then after Shadavahana came Vakatakas. Okay. So I hope today's Ashokan session was interesting for you all. Keep on revising. Next we will meet in the next session, which of course deals with chapter 8 of NCERT class 6. So until I meet you all in the next class, stay safe, take care, bye bye.